Hello, this is the forecast for Friday. There aren't that many events, but I've prepared a couple of interesting options for you. These are PSG versus Lille and Monaco versus Lorient. By the way, we also have an accumulator bet with odds of 3.14. By the way, for Saturday we'll also have odds. Do you know what kind of accumulator? Here in video format is an accumulator with odds of 139. Well, it's kind of modest, careful. Obviously this whole thing is risky. So if you go for all these options, you should only bet literally 1 or 2%, no more. At the same time, there's really no reason to go all in. You need to act carefully. And also let me remind you that we have some better options. Here are the main highlights. Yes, from our live betting strategy, pre-match lines, accumulators, and so on. We provide all of this for free. You can find everything in the Telegram comments. The link is there, and we also keep statistics there. And regarding the passengers, colleagues, Monaco versus Lorient, the French league in general is a kind of a golden mean when it comes to totals. A golden mean between whom? Between, for example, the English Premier League, Spain, or say the Bundesliga and Italy. So it's kind of a middle ground. They usually set standard totals there, even if a clear favorite is playing against a clear underdog. More or less, when it comes to totals, everything is pretty straightforward there. And actually, they score an average number of goals year after year. So, for example, if you take Italy, for a while they were scoring at a normal rate about the same as in fact here. France's first league, then it started about 2 years ago. Their total suddenly dropped. Look at Italy now, almost any match. The odds for over 2.5 goals are above 2, meaning the bookmakers really do not believe in their goals. And basically, that's justified. The number of goalless draws, the number of situations when a team that's more or less decent, a mid-table team, doesn't score, this has started happening more often, several times in a row. That's where this trend in totals comes from. Well, let's move straight to the events. Since I started talking about totals, let's begin with the underdog because there is still a chance that Lille might score. We've seen this in their head-to-head matches. Even though PSG really concedes very little, Lille still manages to score from time to time, especially since the odds are quite appealing. Individual total over 0.5 for Lille at odds of 1.52. Next, let's look at corners. I often bet on corners for the underdog and it works pretty well. The only nuance is that not all underdogs are suitable for this. For example, in the next match, Lorient, there I'll take fewer corners for the underdog. Even though it would seem both teams are underdogs there, it's just that here Lille is a more obvious underdog, their odds are higher. And because of that, the odds offered for them are more acceptable, more favorable. The second outcome is for the PSG Lille match. Individual corner total over 2.5%. For the odds on Lille, yes, corners on Lille for the odds of 1.61. Monaco Lorient. Lorient's increased efficiency is alarming because they are the outsiders and look at their total. Their total is very decent. They scored 3, then 1, then 7 in a cup match. Yes, against an outsider, clearly an outsider, but still they scored 7. In the head-to-head meeting, the last one in September 25th, 3 goals. They put a few past Monaco, and even in that game where they scored 3, they were considered the underdog according to the odds. The odds for their win were about 4. So Lorient against Monaco. Monaco's really picking up speed. Monaco is doing well. In this case, well, they need to try to show their level somehow. And I think that right now, this could actually happen. So there are a few factors here. They have points. Yes, Lorient was on a roll. In their recent games, Lorient was also on a roll, clearly exceeding their total. I think Monaco won't allow not even a rout, but basically, they won't even let Lorient score a couple of goals. Less than exactly 1. Let's try to take it this way. Lorient under exactly 1. Again, based on the logic that Monaco won't allow much to be conceded against them. Lorient under 1 at odds of 1.76. And as I already said, corners, I'll take under for Lorient, even though they're the underdog. I don't think they'll be able to get a lot of goals, or rather corners. They just won't be able to do it. And actually, after studying, if you look at their stats, you can see a trend. Against favorites, Lorient has issues when it comes to corners. Usually in these kinds of matches, the line is set at 2.5 to 3.5, but in this match, the total is slightly shifted to 3.5 to 4.5 and so on. So let's try taking under 3.5 for odds of 1.74. An accumulator with odds of 3.14 will be posted in our Telegram channel. There are accumulators there every day, live bets every day. All the links will be in the comments. Good luck. I hope the predictions come through, friends. Take care and goodbye.